Scuff. All right. Anyway, hi, I'm the streamer. I am bad at my job because I hardly stream anymore.
Tee-hee.
V was explaining Mulligans. Carry on.
Yes. So, yeah. For doing a good recap and presenting information to the audience and the rest of the players that maybe everyone does not remember, people have the opportunity to earn mulligans. So, yeah. Does anyone want to take a shot at that? Just do a quick little recap.
So mulligans, they're rewarded based off of doing fun and cool things that the DM enjoys.
Yes.
But basically, it's
Hey,
if you
Astra?
have a bad roll. What?
I meant a recap of the session.
LOL! Real. Autism moment.
I loved watching everything rearing up to that.
I just like PBS knowing what's going on and not like trying to stop me, just letting it happen.
No, I am that person. Ask the people I mod
this is
for.
Great.
I just
So
wanted to wait
you a real
what
one.
would happen when he got to the end.
All right. Anyway, is there anyone that would like to do a recap of the events
Story
that transpired?
recap of session 1.
Yes.
Who wants one?
I've
Or
already
other-
had
Silence.
it, so someone
Silence.
else.
All right. I'm stepping up because y'all just bitched out. So, session 1 as it played. Cue to a scene of an auditorium. We got Aaron Fellwinter up on a stage, being a bit of a shithead. Don't ask me how I believe that is to be true. And you got Zed up there, you got Mackenzie up there, you got Gamble up there. They announced each and every one of their hand-selected candidates to do a fucking mission. That mission, of course, is a little bit different than they spun it to the public. They get everybody to a back room. Oh, look at that. Bats is a clever bitch. Sees some shit she ain't supposed to see. Funny that. They spin a tale. Turns out that probably ain't how it went. We go to an apartment. Well, Bats, clever one, walks right the fuck in. Nearly gets herself killed. Don't worry about it. We're sitting there, inspecting the place, minding our own business, and then Dr. Alyx Wood over there spots some ne'er-do-well, an evildoer across on another fucking penthouse. This bitch pulls out a scope, sees him, sights him. They book. Now, Winnie Dodge, cardio machine, unstoppable force in nature, jets down the stairs like a fucking boss. Everybody else takes the elevator, bitches. We hit the streets. Shit's intense. Alyx Wood pulls out a fucking Hawkeye shot, pops a tire. Couldn't have meant shit. Apparently, we're after fucking Simone Biles, gymnast extraordinaire. Absolutely murders the landing, sprinting like mild inconvenience. The chase is on. We don't talk about what happened after that. Anyway,
let's try.
We're
let's
in
try not to.
we're in Lenny's. We're in Lenny's. We're not gonna cover why Alyx Wood is in tears, in fucking shambles, ruin, a husk of a human being. We don't talk about that. Anyway, hey, what's up? Don Katona, leader of the Spade Army. What up?
Right.
GM,
So
your ball.
that brings us up to date, and I will add a mulligan to your character sheet in just a minute.
You goddamn
Right
right. you will.
after I tell you what is transpiring as of right now. So, as the group of spades enters the diner, a hush falls over the guests and workers. The employees quickly make themselves scarce, and the few guests that aren't trying to reach the back exit are remaining perfectly still and quiet, as if cornered by a hungry predator. The woman at the front of the group wears a set of ornate armor that gives her an intimidating appearance despite her small stature, and you can hear the electronic buzz of servo-assisted motion as she walks up to your booth. She is Dun Katona, the leader of the Spades and another pioneer. When she speaks up, her words don't come from her mouth as you might normally expect, but instead from a speaker built into her cybernetic neck, causing it to buzz and crackle. Everybody stay seated unless you want an express ticket to an amputated leg. Now, let me get a good look at who my old pals chose to do their dirty work for them this time. She walks a bit closer to the table now, and her eyes lock first on Dr. Woods. Hey there, Doc. Now you look like you're about to pass out. What's the matter? Did you kill someone? Joking. I know about that whole thing with the car and the explosion. What an entrance! Relax, though. The driver didn't die. He's merely burned beyond all recognition and may never make a full recovery. But at least you're not a murderer. Silver linings, yeah? Honestly, reminds me of our mutual pal a bit.
What, Zed?
Uh-huh. And then she looks over at Dodge. And you. Edgelord.
I'm a very humble person.
Shut up for a second. I think you may be the only one here who knows just what it means that I showed up here.
Oh, absolutely.
That little brain of yours must be racing right now, coming up with contingencies and escape plans. Just know this, boy. I know who you are. So tread carefully, yeah?
Oh, and I know who you are. Very well.
She then looks over at Joey. And then there's... this guy? Gonna be 100% honest, I have no idea who the fuck you're supposed to be. But you know, that may be the point. You seem like just the right mix of competent and expendable. Hope whatever you get out of this is worth it. Her tone shifts as she looks over at Bats. And you. Big lady with a big hammer and a big coat. I can insult your fashion sense, sure. But I'm more interested in what you're hiding under all that. I can play fair, though. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Now, I can tell you've all got questions. Ask them while I'm feeling charitable. Then we can get to why I'm here.
I got one question just to start. One little question. So, it's funny seeing you here, but did you know that as soon as they took us behind closed doors, they pointed the finger at you and Flitter?
I had my suspicions that something like that was going to occur, yes. It's one of the reasons I stayed out of the whole fiasco.
And you know it's a lot more twisted than that.
Again, one of the reasons I stayed out of it.
So, I'm gonna take this as a very clear sign that you are probably the least involved because you're stepping foot in here. You're making your presence known, and I'll be perfectly frank, I got nothing but respect for you. I know what you've done. Oh my god, I know what you have done. And, you have got some history, and I got nothing but respect for the bullshit you got into. Honestly, it's goals at points. So I don't think you'd waste your time by coming in just to intimidate us. Is that correct?
That's correct. But people have a tendency to run for the hills unless I make an impression.
Your reputation precedes you by a lot.
So what are you here for? To make friends? Because that's one hell of an entrance to make friends.
As a matter of fact, I am.
God,
does that surprise you?
I was bad at meeting people.
Well, I didn't get to the position I'm in today because I was nice.
She didn't stab you. She's being kind.
This guy gets it.
Okay. All the unpleasantries aside, what's your plan?
I have information. Information that I think you all would very much like to hear. However, this information comes with conditions.
You don't strike me as the type of person that gives without taking.
Oh, no. Any relationship should be mutually beneficial.
She's got rules.
Now, if you can promise me that you will not inform your employer, well, most of your employers, of the information that I am about to reveal, then I will help you, and I can even provide resources. I can be a good ally to have on your side. But as you probably are starting to suspect yourselves, there are some agendas going on that you were not informed of.
Oh, we're listening.
Take, for example, Bats, was it? Your boss.
This whole time, Bats has been, like, very flushed and, like, kind of choked on her coffee a little bit at one point, and just goes,
Were you aware that your boss and Joey's boss have something of a history? In fact, Joey's boss has a bit of a grudge against Mackenzie. Mackenzie and Dr. Gamble do not like each other very much at all. So tell me, why do you think they would be working together now? Especially after Mackenzie cheated him out of the job of Vault Keeper.
Joey just looks at Bats.
Care to enlighten me? Any guesses? What could she have to gain from all this,
So wait, hold on. Joey's boss is...
Gamble.
Dr.
Gamble.
Yeah.
Yes, it was just revealed to you that Dr. Gamble used to be the Vault Keeper of Tower City. But Mackenzie somehow got his job.
Is this like public knowledge?
Nope.
Okay.
So, like, he used to actually be the Vault Keeper, or he was up for the job and she snuck in and took it?
No, he was the Vault Keeper.
Okay, he was actually the Vault Keeper.
He made quite the fuss when he got kicked out of the office, too. Do you know where he went after that? He worked under my father, the previous leader of the Spades. She then looks over at Joey and says, "Your boss has had quite the career. He's been a Vault Keeper, he's been a member of the Spades military, and now he's back at his father's old company. Tell me, do you think he's been honest with you?"
Well, he Joey is visibly confused and seemingly what's the word? Conflicted. That's the word. He's conflicted. He told me to report to him specifically on anything we found out, but I haven't had a chance to send any notes out or reports yet. That's all.
Keeping information away from the others, even though this is supposed to be a cooperative effort.
Visibly sweating.
Intriguing. And what do the rest of you think of this bit of information?
I always knew we never got the full story, but
yeah,
and,
I kind of figured. Sorry.
Oh, Alyx is like looking down at their coffee mug, just kind of spinning it around with their hand. They've long since finished the cup, but they're like not ever looking somebody in the eyes, partially out of the shame of what just happened, like partially just because they don't want to even fucking look at the people who have basically stormed in, because they are basically just looking over them. But they basically regard them saying, man, I fucking hate y'all, but y'all might have a point here.
So why did they assemble this team if none of them want to work together?
Because they don't want to be seen working together.
And why would that be?
You're not
because
gonna
they have
like
a common
the
goal
answer.
that the public doesn't want to know.
I will tell you this. I can't vouch for all of them, but there is one of them that I can. And as a matter of fact, Dr. Wood, it's your boss and our mutual friend. Do you know why I can vouch for him?
Why is that?
So, one of the people that's gone missing, one of the pioneers that has mysteriously vanished, is his niece. Nils and Zed are related. Funny little nugget of info that gets lost, more frequently than not.
So, you're saying because Nils has gone missing, that you think Zed is completely free of blame?
I'm saying I know him well enough that I can rule him out as a suspect personally. Who knows? My judge of character has been wrong before. But that man has literally followed me into hell before.
As he for me. Glad we're at least on the same page.
Yes, well, it may be a good idea to keep on his good side and keep him informed. He's definitely someone you don't want as an enemy.
So you're saying, out of everybody we don't tell, he's not one of them?
That's correct. Whether he chooses to share the information that you give to him is another story. Of course, you can tell him about this meeting. I don't mind that in the slightest. He'll just wonder why I didn't come talk to him directly.
Fair enough.
Now, are you all willing to agree to my terms?
Dodge makes eye contact and says, "On my mother's name."
The terms were that, you don't tell
Batch
any of the...
actually whispering that.
Oh.
Like, whoever's sitting next to Batch, she whispers it. I've forgotten what the terms were already and what she's offering.
I'm assuming it was next to me.
It was me. Me, Joey.
So that's one of you that's accepted.
Yeah. We won't tell anybody. That's the easiest thing I could possibly do.
All right. Just know.
I wasn't planning on telling anyone anyway, because I already know someone fucked with that AI, and it was probably Mackenzie.
She did not verbalize that.
100% she did.
Dodd
Alyx
gives the meanest elbow to the rib
Yeah,
that you've
like,
ever experienced.
We both are like on either sides, just like fucking like I stop at the foot.
All right, I need to have Mackenzie make a roll.
Who?
Or not Mackenzie,
Bats.
Dunn,
The other
rather.
ball keeper. Oh.
No, I'm getting my names mixed up. It's all good. I'm just a bad DM. It's fine.
I was like, Mackenzie's here. What?
A chill goes down their spine.
So,
My ears are burning.
thankfully, she doesn't seem to catch that.
Oh.
Yay! Also, for those at the table who may have not gotten the gist on this is above table. Don Katona is a milk snake. They're a blessed animal. So if you were imagining a human, they are very much not, which is part of the reason why Bats over there is so hot and bothered.
I see.
It's her demeanor.
Uh-huh. Yep.
She's so
I
no
see, I
nonsense.
see.
We
We know what you're about.
yeah.
Anyway, she says, well, if you're all in agreement, and you're okay with me enforcing this little deal of ours in whatever way I see fit, should you not be true to it, then the information that I have for you is this. I know for a fact that Nils is alive.
Oh. We could have pretty much told you that.
Well, there's more to it than that.
And Zed doesn't know that?
No, he doesn't.
Interesting.
See, she went into hiding. Not because she felt that she was in any danger, although from my own investigations I know that she very much is in danger. But because she found something. She then reaches into one of the pockets underneath her armor and pulls out a handful of pills. They are a deep green in coloration and seem almost oily and slick.
Can I run a medicine check?
Absolutely.
Me too, me
But
too.
what color are they?
They are a deep green in color.
Medicine.
So,
And question.
It's remedy.
They're
Oh.
running. They're doing medicine checks and all that bullshit. Do I have the ability to do an insight check to see if this is on the up and up or if I'm being spun another tale?
go ahead and roll your wits plus observe for that. Those that are doing medicine checks, it is wits plus remedy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, Dodge and I will be team. Is this fuckery and the other two can... Because I do not know.
It was a success. I forget.
Success.
My thing's a 16 and I got an 11.
That's a pretty
Roll
good
a
success.
1.
Yeah. I forgot how VPs work. I got...
It's okay.
know
I
you-
can,
Was split?
wits plus observe for trying to determine any tomfoolery that may be occurring.
I rolled a 4, so I got 1 VP.
I rolled an 8, so I got 2 VP.
Yep. Unless you got any bonuses.
So,
That's a good point.
the ones that were doing the is this bullshit check would, as far as they are able to tell, only see that she is being honest currently.
Bet you know so.
As for the people doing the medicine checks, what she has produced is not a standard over-the-counter medication. In fact, it's not what most people would consider medication at all. This is an illegal drug that has only began circulating within the past few months or so, and you in particular, Dr. Woods, would have seen many, many people come in and out of Book Tower Hospital with symptoms of overdose from this drug.
I see.
The medical community has nicknamed it Dusk due to its effects.
Dusk.
You know, doesn't make a whole lot of sense for you people to be rolling around with Dusk.
That's because, well, Nils and I both were looking into its source. Before Nils went missing, she asked for my help. She knew that there were distributors operating within the Tower City Courier Company. But because she wasn't sure who to trust within the company itself, she needed an outside source to look into it for her. All she asked me to do was to do routine inspections on couriers from time to time and report who it was that was carrying Dusk on them. Unfortunately, we could not determine any sort of pattern because most of the people who ended up carrying it were coerced into doing so by an outside party. I think the reason that Nils went missing is because she figured out who that third party is.
Let's see.
Now,
How
does
involved
this...
do you want?
Hmm?
How involved do you want Zed in all this?
Well, he's the best damn doctor in the city, so having him at least involved would be a good idea. But he's also getting old. My only request is, if you feel like you are getting too in over your heads and things are becoming too dangerous, keep him out of it. That man will charge into hellfire if it means helping friends and family.
I was gonna say, it's not gonna be too easy to pull him off of something as soon as we put him on.
Then just be selective with what you tell him.
Alright then. Then maybe we don't talk about Nils, but we talk about what Nils has found.
Anyone else have any input?
What do we tell our bosses then? We have to tell them something.
We told him we had a lead and we lost it.
See, this guy gets it.
Joey's fidgeting uncontrollably.
I don't know what they expected from us in the first place with nothing to go off of.
Well, the thing that you'll quickly learn about most of the other pioneers is a lot of what they do is just about optics. They're seen as heroes, and they want to keep that reputation. So with one of their own missing, they had to at least look like they were looking into it.
All they did was waste our damn time.
Not just that, but we're here strategically. We are not just chasing ghosts. We're probably attack dogs, or we are set up to die.
I need
Why
to
set us after very specific people?
have her make another roll. Oh ho ho! She critted on an 18. So, she takes a keen interest in what you've just said, Dodge. She says, "Oh? What in your expert opinion makes you say that?"
Well, everything about this is sideways. Every fucking thing, top to bottom, inside and out. I woke up today being able to count the amount of people I trust on one hand, and right now I'm at pretty much 0. And it's just been a few hours. And what I do know is that they suck us on you and Flitter. Now, I'm pretty sure you know Flitter's reputation.
Hey,
If they send
sorry,
us
out of
after
character
Flitter...
correction.
What's up?
What's
I
that?
have in my I have in my notes that our main suspects were listed as Flitter and Penny.
Yep.
Yeah, they only said that Dunn didn't show up because she was, quote, too busy playing soldier.
I'm pulling some subterfuge.
Okay, I'm just...
Well, in that case, you're gonna have to roll for it.
What? She wasn't there. She don't know. I'm just saying instead of Penny, I'm using Dunn's name because Dunn is coming in here spinning tails and, yeah. Two can play that game.
Yeah. Anyway, I need you to
So.
roll your wits plus influence.
Influence is like a -15.
That tracks.
That. Do you have any idea who I am? Okay, so I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Well, that worked.
Yeah,
You don't know that.
that's not gonna be
Well, I
good
mean-
enough for her.
No.
Her response to that is, see, you're doing something that you really shouldn't do. And that's lying to me. See, I know I'm not among the initial list of suspects because I was invited to take part in that meeting, and I refused. Tell me, why would they invite one of their main suspects?
Same
Don't
reason
get
that
too
they're trying
smart,
to send
kid.
us. I never claimed to be smart. At any point in time, check the history. Dumber than a bag of bricks, I fell down the stupid stairs. But I am relentless. And right now, my best possible attribute is I am disposable. And I think you know what that feels like.
Yes, well, who among us hasn't felt that way at some point?
Some of the people at this table. Dodge is just keeping eyes locked on the eyes of Dunn. Unblinking, unshaking. So they are sending us after Flitter Dubois. Whomst, if we get close, is gonna do what? Probably kill us. Or we look around, we find shit we're not supposed to find, and the people who sent us on a wild goose chase kill us, and they blame Flitter. Flitter seems like a scapegoat, and we're fall guys.
That is quite the interesting theory.
Now,
Maybe
if I'm wrong,
something-
fantastic. But everything right now seems like we're just gonna be put in a trap to die.
Well, speaking from personal experience, the best way to know if something is a trap or not is to set it off.
You are my favorite kind of person.
Oh, I like her.
Anyway.
Yeah, she's threatening me, but I don't see anything less than amazing.
Anyway, I have things to do besides talk to you all day.
You can
So-
call us kids. That's fine.
I will be taking my leave for now.
Thank you for stopping by.
If you learn anything, you know where to find me.
Oh, yeah, I
And
do.
She and her group exit the Lenny's.
God, do I just have a knack for finding the most unpleasant people to hang around?
Hey, I'm still at the table.
My bad. I meant to say it louder so you could hear it better.
At least say it with your chest. That's all I ask.
Coat is fantastic. What is she talking about?
All right, so now that
Yeah.
we've been
Actually,
successfully
sorry.
threatened.
One more thing that I need specifically Bats to do as Dunn is leaving is to roll your Perception Observe at a +4.
Ooh.
Wait, what does that mean?
Perception Observe with a +4.
Yes,
So,
add 4 to your goal.
Take your perception take your perception stat and your observe
Holy
stat.
shit!
Okay, hold on. Perception, observe, and I'm adding 4 to my goal to hit?
Yes.
Yeah, that's up.
That's up.
Okay.
You're good.
I might still miss it. Hold on.
Don't you fucking chumble this.
Nat 20. Let's go.
No. Don't you do that.
Let's not go.
Yes.
Okay,
let's
hold on.
let's
Hold
crank it
on.
down just 2.
I have my number. Now I'm gonna roll. No, hold on. We're gonna use the giant one. The giant pink chunk.
Chunk.
Oh! It was a 13 and I hit a 13.
Woo!
Right.
Mm.
No, that's wrong. I missed it. That's a 3. Hold on.
Well,
I missed
How
it.
many
I
sides
missed
are on
it.
their die?
No, it was the number in my chart I added wrong.
Yes. Math is hard.
You know what?
So many columns of numbers.
Because you were so close, and it will be a cool moment, I'll give it to you. I'll make it so it was a +5, not a +4.
This is such a generous GM.
She really wants me to know what I missed. Which
You look at her as she's leaving, and your focus immediately tells you something. She's like you.
Also, just because walking out, we glanced over this last session, and so much so that it never even popped in my stupid fucking head. So stupid. Don Katona, being a blessed animal, has a tail. Now, jogging my stupid fucking memory, was the person we were chasing through the streets someone who had a tail?
They were not.
They did not have a tail.
They did not, yeah.
Oh, that, because in all my time around Nils, their tail was never hidden, never obscured, never otherwise, like Vegeta with the tail wrapped around him like a Saiyan.
I mean, I'm not saying that's out of the question, but
I'm not
you'd have
saying
to
it's out of
find
the
that
question,
out
but I
for
never seen
yourself.
Because that's one of those things. It's an obvious detail that I could easily have missed. With a fucking Saiyan belt. I'm on to the
Anyway.
tricks.
Anyway, so what's y'all's plan now that that encounter is over and done with?
How much
Well,
time has passed since
Thank
we
you.
were
That's a very
let
good question.
free?
What is the
to this
time
mission?
scale we're dealing with?
You are at the end of the first day. It was like
Yeah.
mid-morning when the press event took place, and this is all just transpired over the course of a day.
Okay.
Like, you're sitting
it's-
in this Lenny's as the sun is setting.
Okay.
So-
So before sunfall, I would say we finalize the investigation in the place because we got a little distracted. We might want to do a final lap of the facility because it's across the fucking street. We might as well just top it off and make sure we didn't miss nothing. Because I don't know about you, but once the Alyx mentioned movement, all my attention was drawn elsewhere.
Yeah, we didn't.
I need to
get
go back to
really
Book
One
Tower.
thing I wanted to do so are we drawing up like an official contract or something with Dunn?
No, you talk, you die.
Yeah. She was threatening you.
That's
God, I really am the only person who speaks the language, am I?
That's why she said
I
it.
got it.
We can
It's
tell
just
one
to our
person.
bosses, though.
We can tell one person, and that is Zed. And that is exactly my plan right now.
Say what you will. I still don't fucking trust Dunn. Dunn is a person with a little bit of, historically speaking, Dunn Katona is an ambitious person.
Well, I'm pretty good at finding out people are lying to me, and at the same time... Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Disgusting. Actually, no, wait.
That's you.
Stop it!
Stop it!
Insane.
Different energies here. Okay.
Ugh.
Let Astra talk,
okay.
y'all.
My brain had to catch back up. Okay. Yeah, so I need to head back to Book Tower because I need to tell Zed about all this. I'm not sure if anybody wants to come with, but I'm pretty good at detecting when people are lying to me, and at the same time, I'm pretty good at lying. So if y'all are somewhat capable of doing that, you can follow me. If not, I would really suggest that you stay behind.
Now,
That's fine.
we're
We
not
can
gonna tell
do.
him Nils is alive, though, right?
I'm not telling him that Nils is alive.
Okay.
I don't need that level of dedication.
Well, I gotta send a report to Dr. Gamble about what we didn't find and who we didn't talk to, right?
Wait, hold on. You lost me. So,
Insane.
and that's his face is like really like does that where one eye is really scrunched up when you're thinking really hard about something.
Yeah.
You are or you aren't gonna tell.
The being
him
surreptitious. Come on.
I'm not telling him.
I'd really not suggest using a big word to somebody who still doesn't understand what's going on.
Look, I'm struggling with people who don't have a good vocabulary. It's really hard for me.
I just need a clear story what to tell Dr. Gamble about what we found or didn't find and who we didn't talk to.
We lost
So
our
all you're
lead.
gonna
We're going back to square
is
one.
that all you're gonna say is that we got outrun.
Our lead.
Well, I wouldn't even mention the person we chased.
But they're
You
gonna
just
find
don't want
out.
people to know people are faster
No,
than you.
we
Here's
set
the
fire to half half a block. They know that we chased somebody, but we lost them.
They don't know that
is as truthful
they
as
know
we
you
can
blew
get.
up a car. They don't know we were chasing somebody. Just because you got a bad trigger figure doesn't mean shit. Different things.
So you'd rather they know he blew up half a block for no reason?
I am willing to throw him under that bus. Yes.
Joey is taking
Okay.
a napkin and writing this down.
No, I literally stopped the pen from writing down.
I lean
blocked
over
the
to
pen
Joey.
from the napkin. I'm like, we are not writing that down.
I lean over to Joey. I'm willing to throw Dodge under the burning bus.
Well,
Finally,
yeah.
there's some reason.
This is a beautiful mess.
Make this short note. We lost our lead. And then I look to the others.
You were threatened by
lost our
Dun
lead.
Katona. You were threatened by Dun Katona. You can't say more under penalty of death. That is honest and also playing by her rules, because Dun Katona is fine with you telling people that you have been threatened with death. That's
way we're
actually
not
one of the
lying.
favorite things. No, it's not a lie.
Just leaving
And-
some stuff out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
Okay, let's put it like this. Gamble would be shocked if you weren't threatened with death by Dun Katona.
We lost our lead.
As far as they're aware, Dunn has no interest in this at all. So even mentioning her might throw up some flags.
And bye.
Actually, that's a good point.
We're talking about the leader of the Spade military who just traipsed into a Lenny's. They're gonna hear about it.
We were threatened by Don Katona.
Okay.
Well, maybe don't even say Dunn. Just say military got involved.
We're talking about the pioneers, the high-profile people.
We lost our lead. We were threatened by Military personnel.
All right.
8
Well,
at Lenny's.
Let him connect the dots himself. He's not dumb.
whatever dumpster fire y'all end up making, I'm gonna distance myself from.
I will say that is
part of
probably
a
wise.
team.
Yes. Whoa there, buddy.
We are part of a team, aren't we?
We are.
Alyx and Dodge kind of look at each other, and we're like, not in our fucking life.
No,
They
team
literally
is such a
held
strong
press
word.
conference. They literally held a press conference in which they announced we were part of a task force team.
They also
Task
lied
and
about
force.
20 things.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna take this note and send it once we get out of here.
Alrighty, so where are you wanting to head next?
So I just want to check security at the place before we bail out, because Nils' security has a head count of everybody who came in and out of that apartment, and we got distracted.
So back
More
to the
importantly,
tree
where are
chip.
we meeting?
Because it sounds like we're scattering for the night. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
so far away.
Because question.
Here's good.
Posting a letter.
Yeah, we'll meet at this Lenny's at the dawn the next day, or whenever people get out of bed.
Yes, more breakfast.
Yes, we will be back here for pancakes, waffles, and other breakfast goods. This place is gonna know us by name, whether they like it or not.
I'm gonna get the smoke.
It's at this point that the waiter that has been very politely standing near the counter waiting for someone to pick up the check says, "Please don't bring any more murderous sociopaths here."
I have no promises. I tip heavily.
Void ye one lurk.
Alright, so splitting up. Who is going back to the Tower City Courier Company headquarters, and who is going to talk to Zed?
I'm going to go talk to Zed.
Gunslingers and melees? Is that the team we want to split?
I mean, I don't have any
Yeah,
lying or, perceptive capabilities, so I don't know if I'll be much use. But I can come for emotional support.
Because the thing is, if we're gonna split, we can actually cover a little bit of ground, and we're not too in danger yet until the GM says so. Which that's gonna be a surprise, by the way. We're gonna die.
Surprise, you're in danger. You split up your party, you
we'll
fucking
split up.
idiots.
We're splitting up
You fools!
melees and gunners.
Yeah, melees and gunners. Okay, because hey Bats, do you want to head to the tower? We'll check security, and just because it's extremely time sensitive, see if we can check the underground of the auditorium and see if we can find what bullshit they're up to down there.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued to go back either to this. I'm for sure going to go to the office with you. I'm more intrigued to figure out what the heck this brass plate that was in the middle of the room is, which I might need to go back to my office to do.
Which we're down to do because Wood, before you flee and get your powwow in, give me the little brass thing. Give me the fucking thing.
If you
Thank
what?
you. It's a little piece of Nils's leg.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
bit of brass that Dr. Wood has in their inventory.
You don't need it like I need it.
Okay, but why was it
I
sheared
toss
off?
it over.
This is something we're gonna talk about.
Alright, so we're gonna do this, I think one group at a time.
Yeah.
So which group would like to be covered first?
I feel like the lying group is going to be more stressful, so do them first.
I was gonna say, I was like, I wouldn't mind going first.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, go.
Goblins go second.
Alrighty, so
They're leaving us unattended, these stupid fucking idiots.
you head out.
God, it's like I can still hear him even when he's fucking gone.
It's like an earworm. Anyway, you head out and make your way towards Book Tower Hospital. By the time you reach the hospital, it's dark, and you know that Zed is probably starting to wind down for bed, but given the nature of the information that you have for him, it may be a good idea to contact him still anyway. So, I'm guessing you head up to his apartment on the top floor and give him a knock?
Yep.
Alright. So, I need
Should
you
have direct access anyways.
to roll Perception Observe, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, interesting.
Shit!
I got a 2.
I got a 19.
You know what? That is not as bad as it could have been. So, you, on the other hand, Dr. Wood, for a second you think you might hear a voice you don't recognize inside the room, but you think better of it after a few seconds. He usually isn't one to have guests. He answers the door after a moment and says, "It's a bit late for you to pay me a house call. What's going on?"
Can we talk to you?
Yeah, sure.
Is this like
Come in.
Is this a good time? Yeah. So we both walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Can I run a perception check on the room real quick?
Absolutely.
Awesome. 8.
8. So, his room looks about as normal as it ever does, if not a little bit messy currently. But you know that he's probably pretty stressed, and the amount of mess that is currently here is indicative of that.
A lot
It's
going on.
mostly things like unwashed plates and silverware, stuff like that.
A lot going on, Zed?
He runs his hand through his hair and says, yeah, I mean, I'm stressed. For one thing, Nils missing and, well, other friends, but you not being here means I have to take over some of your duties from the hospital. And of course, that is, as you know, a bit of work. Thankfully, I've got another doctor coming in a few days to help out with that, but it's gonna take him a while to travel. Why? What's up?
So we ran into an old friend of yours,
Really?
and she gave us some information that I think you might want to hear.
All right. I'm all ears.
Apparently, Nils was looking for some leads on a drug that we both know, Dusk. And the trail led cold.
Huh. Who did you say you got this information from?
Your military friend.
Wait, Dunn?
Yeah. She's much less pleasant than I thought she would be.
She can be prickly, for sure. She didn't stab you, did she?
Not yet. We'll
That
get
means
it.
you're on her good side.
Good side is an interesting word to use. But we need you to be completely honest with us. And in turn, we'll be completely honest with you. But we're not quite sure who to trust right now. And we're hoping that you're one of them.
Zed's demeanor quickly changes. He leans forward a little in his seat, and his brow furrows. What exactly is going on that you're not able to trust people? Possibly even me.
Well, the game that you sent us on to go find some leads, every single part of what we were handed, all the information that we gathered beforehand, was tampered with. The hologram that we learned from, the AI, it was tampered with. And now we're sitting here with more questions than answers. And we want to know why. Because as far as we know, we've been given the runaround, which makes no sense for the grand scheme of we were never involved in the first place. But it sounds like we're getting drawn to our death, and it makes no sense of why y'all would want that from us. You, of all people, Zed.
Alyx, I've known you for damn near 15 years.
You
Longer.
fucking raised me.
Yeah.
It's why I want to trust you, but I need answers.
Okay, look. A lot of us in the Pioneers are secretive. We have to be, with the kind of secrets that we know. Keeping things compartmentalized, segmented, it keeps us safe. Keeps people who would look to take advantage of that information from going after one of us. Very few of us know the entire story. I've been looking into Dusk myself. I was actually helping Nils with it. She provided me a sample to analyze, and it's not like anything I've ever seen before.
I know that part already. We both witnessed what it does to people. It's unlike any drug on the market.
That's because its origin is not chemical or natural in nature. It is supernatural.
Like magic?
Well, maybe not quite magic. We're not sure yet, at least in the lab, because I am not an expert on occult science by any means. It seems almost fundamental, and if not fundamental, then it has divine origins. It's closer to demigod magic than anything else.
Whoa.
Great. I love when my medicine gets fucking mixed up in magic.
There's something else that I should probably say. Please, if you do find out anything about Nils, tell me. She's not just a friend. She's my niece.
Dunn told us. I know. I'm surprised you kept that from me.
Well, we're usually so busy, and we run in different social circles, and it's... We don't talk to each other as much as we used to, me and her. After I got mixed in with Dunn's crew, and those two have always butted heads, well, they're both stubborn.
I'm sorry, Zed. I I sound hostile, and I don't mean it. I got very, very tired of being lied to the last few days, and you of all people, I thought were 100% on my side, and just any bit of misinformation just set me over the edge. So I'm sorry. It's been a crazy few days.
It's okay. I get it. Believe me, I do. You forget, this used to be my job before I started this place. I was out there in the field like you, and honestly, that's why I put you on this job. Thought it would broaden your horizons, give you a wider view of the world.
I'm not quite ready to forgive you on that one, but I understand at least.
Is there anything else you needed to ask? Anything else you want to know? And what was that you said about the AI? That part I don't understand.
Yeah, you know the AI of Nils we were talking to?
Yes.
And it was tampered with in a certain way, as if only to give us information that we quote unquote needed to know from the pioneers. It wasn't the full story.
Well, as concerning as that information is, there are only a handful of people I know that are capable of tampering with technology of that level, and 2 of them were in that room with us.
We had ideas as well, but I'd like to hear yours over anybody else's.
So, I'm guessing that Dunn told you about the fact that Dr. Gamble used to be the Vault Keeper of Tower City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm one of the few living people that knows how that happened. It also happens to be how I got this tower. First job that we went on together, me, Mackenzie, and Dunn. It was to retrieve an artifact for a wealthy benefactor before we were part of the Pioneers. The Master Document. An item of power that was capable of changing the contents of any single contract, book, or document on the planet.
That sounds a little dangerous.
It was, which is why we decided that it would be better used by us than our employer. I used it to gain ownership of this tower. Dunn used it to gain a pardon for the attempted murder of her father, and Mackenzie used it to gain her position as Vault Keeper.
Oh, so that's how it went down. Makes sense. I'm assuming this artifact is long since gone?
It's safe. It has no more uses of it, but we could never destroy it, or else all of the changes that were made to those documents would revert.
I see.
Huh.
Well, that's good news, at least. Well, that explains that part. So, you think Gamble's behind it?
Well, I can't say for sure whether it's Gamble or Mackenzie, because she was willing to cheat someone else out of what I assume is otherwise a very prestigious, difficult-to-earn job.
Just saying it's either a case of revenge, or it's a case of continuing to deceive somebody else.
I believe so, yes. I don't want to believe that Mackenzie is behind this. But unfortunately, it seems like you're right, and I think someone's pulling all of our strings.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm assuming you know to keep this a secret. Dunn wants you to be in the loop, and Dunn absolutely wants to keep working with you. But anything that we talked about cannot leave this room.
He nods, but then looks over at Joey. Is that going to be a problem with this guy here?
Oh, my lips are sealed.
Joey knows about as much as I do.
Well, don't go blabbing to your boss for at least a little bit then.
Oh no, Dunn's absolutely gonna fucking murder Joey if that happens. You know how Dunn is.
Oh, I very much do. Glad you're still in one piece, by the way.
Wish I got a warning before it happened.
Yeah, she doesn't do quiet entrances.
Do you know how big of a tip I had to leave at the diner that we went to because she walked in?
He just face into palm, just audible smack. Of course she would.
So Zed said he worked with Nils on researching at Dusk, right?
That's correct.
Do you think you can maybe give us some information on what you learned about Dusk? Maybe that will help us find another lead?
So, I can give you a detailed report, but it will take some time to compile. We're still sorting through a lot of the data ourselves. It's not exactly a simple chemical composition, and all of it has been magically altered in some way. So,
Something so complex. How do they get it out on the street like that?
that was one of the things that Nils was trying to figure out. And now she's missing. It's getting pretty late though, and I'm not as spry as I used to be, so if you don't mind, I'd like to mull this over before I go to sleep.
No, I could use a decent night's sleep
sure.
too. So we'll leave you Zed. But one thing.
Yes?
Both Dunn and I, we both want you to be safe. So please be careful.
I'll do my best.
Alrighty. We're out of here.
Yep.
He shows you to the door, and as it closes behind you, you just hear a deep, heavy sigh.
Oof, I was hoping it was just a sigh.
Alright, thoughts? Anything else you want to do before I switch over to the other group?
I'm sending that report. My very short report.
On the Lenny's napkin.
Yeah.
I really like the idea that Joey the entire time was writing shit down on the napkin, even inside of Zed's apartment.
Gotta get you a proper notebook.
I might have a notebook lying around my apartment if you wanted to.
No, it's okay. Napkins.
That napkin's gonna run out of room pretty darn fucking fast.
Alright. Well, you find your way to the nearest courier. It doesn't take you long. There's one stationed at most major landmarks. And you hand them the napkin, give them the delivery address. They look at you, a bit confused for a moment, but quickly wander off with your message.
Easy
Amazing.
peasy.
Alright.
Did we shove it in an envelope before that happened, or is it just a napkin?
I don't know how this works.
You just handed them a napkin.
Jesus Christ.
Say that I'm just giving them the napkin. Yes.
You know how easy that'd be to intercept?
I don't know.
Oi,
can
don't
fold it.
impugn the TCCC. We're good at what we do.
The guy.
Alright.
Shit, talk the mail.
Speaking of
Well,
the
fuck you up.
TCCC, let's switch gears for a moment and go over to our gremlin group. So, you were heading straight to the TCCC, correct?
Yeah, we gotta check security cams, get a head count of who came in, came out at the night of the disappearance, and we gotta talk shop at the apartment/office because a little bit of a fine-tooth comb because I don't know about you bats, but I feel like we did a cursory glance at the place, but we didn't actually get to see anything before Squirrel.
Yeah, well, knowing that there was a third party approaching the couriers and having them run this drug kind of nixes what I was going to be looking for, but we can still go through it.
Well, getting a head count because
Yeah, no, that's still important.
everything
The security
that
footage
yeah.
logs is still
who came in, who came out, because even this is one of the things of Don is claiming they were working with Nils. I gotta get a head count of Penny, and at some point I gotta talk to Aaron because everything's fucking sideways, and I'll be blunt, I got a bone to pick. I'm getting more fucking mad by the minute.
I want to specifically look for, like, I want to look way back in logs and footage, and I want to look for people who only started showing up regularly the past few months when this drug started showing up.
Yeah, we don't know how deep back the records go, but just because we're not going to burn all time in the investigation, a GM, above table, if we were to spend a half hour digging through security footage or archives or whatever we were going to dig through, what do we turn up? Any specific faces that show up?
Funny how you think once I get into something, I'm only going to spend a half hour on it.
We are
So-
already late in the night. We are going to go
I
all
took a
fucking night.
to-go
aren't we?
coffee.
God damn it. God damn it. All right. Ride or die. Let's go.
So, from looking over initial security camera footage, you would notice a lot of faces that you, Dodge, are familiar with. Of course, there's Aaron, and a few of the other no-name couriers that you've worked with in the past. But Aaron's
How about Penny?
Well, no Penny. Not for
No
many,
Penny.
many months.
No Penny. Dude, okay, and they said Penny disappeared after Nils was in the wind.
Well, no, she disappeared before.
Okay, all right.
Did they say
Put
how
that,
long
put a pin in
before?
that.
6 months. It's been 6 months.
Was Nils inspired by Penny's disappearance is something that we're gonna have to find. Because if Penny was looking into it on Nils's behalf, and then Penny disappeared, and then Nils picked up where it was leaving off, or that's one of those things where if they were working together, we need to find out. And now Aaron being the middle factor, I don't know if we're gonna get this across tonight. This is probably gonna be another day, but checking with Aaron to see if they were in the know between Aaron or between Nils and Penny. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of useful information, but you
So our
never know.
timeline is Penny disappears like 6 months ago. Did the drugs start showing up before or after that?
The drugs have been around for about a year now,
Okay.
give or take a couple months.
And there was another pioneer who disappeared.
Yes. The other pioneer has always been the most reclusive of them, but it was not impossible to contact her before now. And her name,
And the name
is
was?
Selena Mercury.
Sailor Mercury. of course it
Selena Mercury.
was. In the name of the moon.
Very funny.
I'm not sorry. So, and what
How
was
long
their
did it-
faction according for Mercury? Because
So
yeah.
she is not the head of any given faction. She's a bit of a hermit.
Ooh. And when's the last time anybody heard tale of them?
About 2 years ago.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but considering she's a hermit and no one, I guess, gets a hold of her that much, she could have been missing those whole 2 years. She could have been missing 4 months ago, for all we know.
Yep. That's gonna be a difficult one because historically Dodge knows nothing of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No leads on that. That's gonna be pure fucking happenstance if we stumble on that. So no other pioneers showed up in Nils' tower in the last few months.
Well, if you are going back through the video logs and entry logs, specifically looking for pioneers that you know of, there is, and before I say this, I need you to roll something for me.
By all means.
Because, I almost messed up. Roll tech plus observe.
Oh, fuck me.
Both of us?
Yes.
Please, bats.
Nope.
God damn it. I rolled a 14 and I needed I needed an 8.
I
I'm
needed
not
a 12
good.
and I rolled a 16.
You got a mulligan. You can use it here.
Alright, let's burn it.
I believe
That's a 3.
Ooh.
So
That
that's
is
a 1 VP, I believe.
That is just enough, actually. So,
Mulligan! Thank you, Brennan.
Yay!
you notice something very strange in one of the logs when looking specifically at pioneer footage. At one point, Aaron and Nils, and this is like a week ago that you're looking at this footage. Aaron and Nils both walk into the room. The door closes behind them. Several hours pass, and then Aaron leaves alone. And then an hour after that, Aaron leaves alone again.
fucking knew it!
Clever minx. Well, clever Binteron. We need to talk to Aaron real bad. After we fuck with that AI helmet. Outside of that, cursory glance, because we've been in the apartment in the office, right? Just digging through.
Yeah.
No magical escape, no, bat pole to get out of here, no.
Well, if
Emergency
there's
exits to
anything
be found.
magical, you definitely don't have the means to detect it.
No, not magic. Like, hidden. Bullshit. Emergency escape hatch.
Well, why don't
the
you roll
twisty
perception
slide to
observe?
this day.
Secret tunnels.
Bats, please roll.
Sorry, wait a
Perception observe.
Plus,
Perception observe. So I got it.
Ooh.
6.
this
Oh,
is not
I
gonna
need
go
to.
well for me, buddy.
Oh, I have an 11 to go
Okay.
with.
I rolled a 5,
Oh, cool. I rolled a 19. Fuck.
so that's 1 victory point.
Yes, that is one victory point. There are no discernible secret entrances or exits.
I am convinced. Moving on. Now,
It's
just because,
some-
again, time
it's-
sensitive.
It's
Oh.
some sort of like camouflaging tech.
Potentially. Put a pin in it. We're coming back to that, because your hypothesis, god damn it, Bats. You were just knocking it out of the park. Cannot say the same. So we got, I think, I'm content with what we found here. How about you? Bats.
Am I ever content?
Okay, so does your
feel like
urge to
there's
fuck
more.
around here exceed your urge to fuck around with the AI helmet that may get us killed?
That's true. Should we wait for the whole group to do that, though?
That's up to you.
Well, if you want to wait for the whole group, you've already agreed to meet up at Lenny's in the morning.
Yeah,
And
but
this
we
is
also need
time
to go to the
sensitive.
museum.
Well, here's the thing. The museum was broken into weeks ago. So whatever.
Yeah, but we need to figure
was-
out
Mhm.
what was stolen and how that factors into all this.
Yeah, but
I really
what
want to
was
go.
stolen?
I've never gotten to go.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Bats. What they stole was stolen weeks ago. Who just lied to us was a few hours ago, and we may be able to get that motherfucker, and the what follows the who.
The basement now?
There might be nothing there. They might have already skedaddled, or we go running headfirst into danger.
We could go to the basement.
Yeah. Do you want life and death scenario or a museum?
The two aren't mutually exclusive.
I know that, but still. One of them is the threat of we have been lied to by very powerful people who may try and kill us for this. The museum's just a museum, but there's probably going to be a god, and I know you're going to fuck this shit up.
It's just a museum? Excuse you, you're in the threat of getting murdered now.
Oh, a line has been
Something else
crossed.
stupid.
All right, so what are
God
you guys
damn it.
actually doing? Please come to a decision.
Basement. The AI basement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not talking to
shit.
Aaron first, just going straight to the basement at the other place.
No, we got it just because time sensitive, and we might get in danger. I can't say no to that.
Okay.
I
So-
figure it's late at night. Maybe no one will be there to stop
Oh no,
us
they will
from
absolutely be there. Let's go.
You head back to the venue where it was announced that you would be taking part in this investigation. Now, are you just walking in like you own the place while it's still open, or like what's your approach here?
Oh, it's still open.
Well, that's the thing is we don't really care about this place. You said that the cables are going underground, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Is there
Well
a
then,
basement entrance out back?
Or anything
No.
nearby that leads to sewer systems, drainages, or underground shenanigans.
Oh, I mean, there's absolutely sewer systems around the whole area.
Are they storm or are they sewage? Because one of those things I got an opinion about.
No, they are of the stinky variety.
Oh, Bats. I need you to have an opinion.
Okay, well, let me tell you, storm drains probably aren't going to lead inside the building because they're just meant to direct water outside. Sewage is really what you want because that goes up into the guts of the building.
Look at you knowing about infrastructure. Adorable.
Let's
All right,
get
your
stinky.
stinky ass in there. Ah,
As I'm just unscrewing
smells like a Lenny's
a
in
nearby
here.
hatch.
We just ate there.
All right, in you go.
Down the hatch into the stinky sewers, and man, it occurs to you as you go down here that you don't have a map for this place.
Do we have any light of any sort?
No, unless you have it in your inventory.
Bats.
Keep track of that shit.
All right, we're the two Tower City kids.
And surrounding areas does not include the sewers.
Not the underground, though.
No.
Not the underground.
Surrounding areas.
All right.
I have a solar lantern.
All right, so being clever is great, but if we don't know where we're going, I'm just gonna kick the fucking door in.
Oh my god.
They're
Well,
doing a
bats.
beanie.
Let's think about this. Let's try and logic. Let me think what the above ground looks like.
I'm rolling dice to see if I'm gonna listen to you.
Let me see. If I go this far that way and then just go general direction to the right, that should lead us to the right building. Maybe.
All right, Bats.
Try it.
I need you to roll perception plus logic.
Am I good at those things? No. Based on a very real thing where Emily does not know where north and south is. Oh, but I rolled a 4 and I needed a 6. Or my top was 6, but I rolled a 4.
Do you have any advantage on logic bullshit or no?
No, it's just on reading maps, which we don't have right now.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh
That
no,
is
whatever will
one
we do?
victory
I'm
point.
going up. I'm gonna.
So, yeah. Bats.
Little Miss Stinky, you gonna stay down there, or are you gonna follow me up here? Because I'm doing what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna be here, or you're not.
It's a success, but it's not a good enough success, I'm sorry to say. So, yeah, you got no idea where the fuck you're going.
I don't wonder where I'd pop out, though, if I went that way.
You truly are the gremlins.
They literally went through sewage.
No, not me. I never left the ladder.
Oh.
She was.
No, I went all the way in.
Oh yeah, you did. You were knee deep in it, and I am judging you for it.
I started, like, as part of my making a check was walking down the tunnel and being like, okay, if I keep going this way. So I'm already down a little bit. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go above. If you don't want to commit the mystery hole pop out.
The
The
mystery of the
mystery
shit.
hole.
The mystery of the city's shit is not one that I'm keen to get in on. All right, we're just doing it the standard human way with respectable decency. We're going to find a back door, and we're gonna just like. Would you like to do the honors, or would you prefer me?
I mean, you
Nils
guys are
was
just
pretty good.
walking into the building, so.
Fine. Who's there?
We could have taken the sewers.
So
I can
there,
still smell it on you. It's
There are
haunting me.
there are a few employees scattered here and there, 4 or 5 in total. Much, much more empty than when you were here earlier today. And they're mostly just sweeping up and tidying up after the event. They see you, they acknowledge you, and luckily for you, they also recognize you. So they don't think it's all that weird that you're back.
I give them finger guns. Hey yo,
They confusedly give finger guns back.
they're my people. All right, let's skedaddling. Get into the back room.
So you're going back to the room where the AI core was, the soundproof door.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay. Well, you open the door, and I don't even have to make you roll Perception Observe for this, because it's gone.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And what about the cables that go down?
No trace.
And so, here's the thing though, is they were going down. How did they run the fucking cables through?
Perception Observe.
You think
You're
I'd
the
be good at
wrong
it just
people
now?
to do this.
I rolled an 8, so that is actually a pretty decent. I believe that's 3.
I failed.
Let's see here.
Rolled a 12.
Let's see here. I've got too many notepad tabs open. No, that's a 2 VP.
Alright, that is enough for you to notice a small detail that you would have missed had you just done nothing and only passively looked around. And that is the carpeted floor in here appears oddly tiled. As in, there are sections of the carpet that are cut up into squares and separate from each other. And as you look closer, you notice a small gap between said tiles.
Hey, Bats, you want to do a little bit of a hollow check with that Fernando you got there?
Do you just want me to rip up the carpet?
Well, just give a little bit of tap to see if you can hear a hollow thung.
And just like
'Cause,
take the bottom pole and just sort of like boop.
We'll just do a little sonar check to see if there's anything hollow before we go ripping anything up.
That's not even remotely how sonar works.
Well, let's put it like this.
I
You got a
just-
big fucking hammer and if the floor collapses, we're in.
I just start tapping on the weird tiled part of the carpet. And I'm like, it's not really going to be that effective over the carpet, by the way. But I do it anyway.
Why are you being so fucking gentle when I'm being very specific about you beating the floor with a hammer?
I just bend down and pull the carpet up.
God damn you.
You don't even have to roll for that. It comes away because it's meant to come away. And lo and behold, there is a small chamber underneath the soundproofed room.
I just start
like
throwing
smashed it.
pieces of carpet at Dodge's face.
You being right is an ongoing thing. Me being mad at you for being right is also ongoing.
You
Get down
just
there.
you just needlessly complicate things. That's all this is, Pale Blue. Anyway,
Go first.
I am not
into the
smart.
sewer.
as
Get your
you
stinky boots down there.
You go first.
Fine. I go down there.
Congratulations, you are now in a dark hole, and you can't really see because you didn't bring a light source. Proud of you.
Bats!
I turn on my
You
solar
easily goaded
lantern
me
and
into
I
a
go
dangerous
down.
situation again.
I turn on my solar lamp thing and I go down.
All right, so both of you are now down in the hole, and
Where we belong.
this room is interesting. It's not really a room. It's more like a metal container. It looks like it was hastily welded together in a very short span of time. And it is completely empty, aside from a couple power cells in the corner.
They depleted power cells?
As far as you can tell, yes.
No.
They're heavy-duty power cells, though. Like, they were used to power something big, which makes sense for an AI core.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to talk to the staff about who came in and who came out. Because if they did something that was big and ugly, somebody saw it. Or there are people who saw it who don't get to exist no more. God
Right.
damn it.
So you're climbing out of the hole?
Unless the,
Yeah, probably.
we can do one last cursory perception observe to make sure that there's nothing else there.
Go for it.
19, I saw fucking nothing, bats.
Hey, you know who would probably know about quick underground building? The people who run gas and sewage in the city.
You are gonna be the best friend. I know you are.
I rolled a
But
4,
right now-
which is probably gonna be under anything I'm possibly rolling.
It's a 1 VP.
Yeah, this metal box that you are sitting in, nothing else about it is really standing out to you. Just the speed at which that it had to have come together, because it is very recent construction. Like, there's still signs of tool marks in places.
Okay. So, unless one singular pioneer decided to build this all themselves overnight, which, I mean,
Could've.
they could have, but at the same time, their absence would be noticed. You know? They don't get to fuck off and play with the model trains for a while.
Not if they did it all in one night.
You're gonna keep pointing fingers at Mackenzie, aren't you?
It could have been her or Gamble, or they could have worked together. But I don't know why. What I don't know is why Gamble.
I've got such
would
good news
have
for you. I've got such good news for you. Why they did anything doesn't fucking matter. They can take the
Why
Y and
is
shove it right
always
up their
important.
ass. For who?
For history, for the story. It's not complete unless you have the whole picture.
Your picture makes me sad. All right, we're moving on. Pretty much just
Newsflash,
asking.
history doesn't care if you're sad.
All right. Well, as you climb out of the hole, there is someone waiting for you.
Oh, hello!
There is.
Oh my god.
I like to imagine I'm
Ooh.
boosting dodge.
Dodge.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah.
This is someone you recognize.
Oh, god damn it.
They just look at you and say, "How's it going?"
May I ask who they are?
"Oh, we work for the same people. You know."
Do I recognize them?
Yes. That's what I was saying. You know them.
No, but I'm saying, like, do I got a name for them, or do I just, like, I know them around?
No, you know of them, but part of the nature of your business in particular is names don't always stay
Yeah.
the same, right?
No. Alright. Привет. So, what brings you around these parts?
Well, the family just wanted to check in on you, see how things were going. If you'd
Oh,
figured anything out.
well, everything is sideways. More sideways than anybody could have ever potentially warned me about, which, God forbid, they fucking do that at any point in time. And the good news is the people that I'm surrounded by are just as full of bullshit and slander as everybody else I've ever known.
The wrong dodge.
Alyx sneezes in another room.
Stop it! Funny for me and two people. So, Right now-
So,
nothing important's happened as of yet, but when there's an update to be had, I know who to talk to.
that's not gonna work. Within 3 days, you need to pay a visit to the house. You've been summoned.
After all this time. Okay.
And with that, the individual picks up his broom, turns out, and leaves. Just goes back to his business. Doesn't even acknowledge you anymore.
I finger guns at him. I walk away.
He rolls his eyes and finger guns again.
They're my kind of people. All right. So we got a big project that just happened in the basement. Got
You expect me to go back to talking about the metal closet after that just happened?
well, why not?
Sounded like... I mean, to be honest, it sounded like my dad inviting me to dinner, but...
I'll give you a
Creepy as
very
hell.
short story. everybody in my life has fucked me over consistently. And the new people that I got sent to be part of, they fucked me over even harder. I'm so mad I can barely see straight. I'm gonna beat the shit out of somebody. I've got poor coping mechanisms.
Amazing. So good. Oh, that's so good.
I'm blindingly mad right now. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Anyway, I would like to focus on things that are just gonna potentially kill me and make me less mad.
Hey, Dodge.
At least the things that gonna kill me are honest.
It won't make you less mad.
All right.
Catharsis
And I start
is a
pulling,
very funny thing.
I start pulling the carpet back over the hole.
Okay.
Yeah, hide this shame, hide this shame.
Is that all you want to do, or can we end the day?
I personally think that's fine to end the day, and then we're heading back to the cot and the TCCC. Unless Bats has anything else up their sleeve or in their boots, slushing around. It's in your toes.
That one piece of Nils's leg that got sheared off is really gonna bother me. But I feel
We're
like
gonna investigate that, but we don't have to do that today, because you're gonna
feel like
science
we're
the
not
shit
gonna-
out of this, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have. I feel like we're also probably not really gonna figure out what happened there until we find Nils. Also.
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep this with me because otherwise you're gonna spend all night working on this, and no.
You know what? Fair.
No.
That's a valid assessment.
At this point, then the day comes to a close. You all head your separate ways to your separate residences. All right, so you meet up at the Lenny's at the butt crack of whatever time you get there.
I immediately go to the front and I just leave a tip on the. I'm sorry for whatever we do.
They
Why are
look
you saying that in
visibly
advance?
nervous.
I know. What if we do nothing?
Okay, so we just sat down and we still caused a commotion because we drew people at us. Yeah, bad shit happened at us, and I still felt bad.
Alrighty, so I'm guessing you all relay information to each other first,
Yes.
or are you being selective about said information? Because that is
You
an
know
option.
everything. I barely kept information concealed in front of Dunn.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm gonna really drive home is, so we got a little bit of insight into our missing persons and our resident genius and stinky queen put things together faster than they should have, and yeah, we gotta go talk to a woman named Erin Fellwinter
Aaron?
because she's long story short, she's kind of my boss.
Okay.
Cause what if hypothetically Nils is in the wind and is very clever at the way they did it, and they used Aaron Fellwinter as a disguise.
So you're thinking
What?
Aaron Fellwinter is Nils.
I don't think that the Aaron that we're gonna talk to is the Nils, but that said, it's not a non-zero chance.
Okay. The basis of
Are
what
you-
we found out was we have two leads on who possibly messed with your AI that you were looking at, which are going to be Mackenzie, and I forgot that it starts with a G. My brain cannot remember.
Gamble.
Yeah, that's right. Mackenzie and Gamble. For either reasons. They found some sort of artifact long ago, how Zed got the tower, but basically they can change contracts, employment records, stuff like that, with like a clap of the hand, a fucking snap of the fingers. And that's how Gamble lost their position for Mackenzie. So either one of them could be doing it for their own means, either revenge or to further deceive. The other thing that we found out is Dusk, the thing that the drug that we were shown, that it's apparently supernatural in origin, like magic.
Demigods.
Supernatural demigods.
That's what he said, right?
That is correct. Wasn't sure, but said it was likely supernatural in origin.
Oh.
What does this Dusk do? What's the effect the drug has, other than making a bunch of people OD?
So,
Well,
I will explain that now in the context, because I was going to give the information to Astra, because Astra's character is the only one that would actually know this information.
just pretend that Liz is speaking through Alyx right now.
So, Dusk has a series of effects that are innocuous at first, but rather alarming with continued use. It has a severe calming effect on the mind and body and reduces people to an almost lethargic state. Some people even develop narcolepsy with continued use. However, upon consuming too much Dusk, an inverse effect occurs. People go mad with rage.
The amount of people I've had to see in my hospital strapped down to the table because they were going to kill everybody in the room. Insane.
Bats is putting all this together. Bats puts whatever fucking food she's about to eat down. And just her hand is like over her mouth and it's just like staring off into space.
Why would people want to take this if it makes you sleepy?
Well,
Because
same
it
reason anybody
calms.
takes the depressant.
It calms your nerves.
Calms nerves, help with pain, etc., etc.
Could help make people the way you want them to be.
Well, that's just speculative, but people take drugs because they want to feel something.
Interesting. Are
But
there any telltale signs of someone who has taken it? Anything out of the ordinary compared to other drugs, I guess?
can I roll a medicine check to see if I would be able to describe symptoms?
Sure.
Boop.
Boop.
I forgot what I'm rolling for. Wits plus remedy, right?
Yep, Wits plus Remedy.
15 out of 16. Insane. I was
Very
really scared
good
for a
roll.
second. Yeah.
So, as for signs of Dusk usage, oddly enough, despite its calming and sleep-inducing effects, people tend to develop very, very dark rings around their eyes, is the most visible symptom. They also tend to be a bit paler on average, and just move a bit sluggish.
Pale skin, slow.
How does that affect our scaled and furry cohorts?
Oh,
Visually, that is.
they just start fucking having shit fall out in clumps.
Ew.
So for the blessed animals, it's a little bit more.
It's a bit more
impressive to
visible. Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Animals.
Fun drug.
Can I please toss a notebook I had in my apartment?
Do I need to roll to catch?
No.
Throwing it across the table, like slides to you.
Make Joey
Like,
roll.
please.
Roll a 20. You'll be great.
Oh my god. Don't make me kill you with a notebook, please.
That paper cut's a bitch.
I'm like, please. Watching you write on napkins is fucking killing me right now.
You will take the notebook and start writing in it too. Yes.
They're growing up so fast.
Sorry, I just have to say one of the comments from Star System. She says John Wicks you.
Insane. Kills you with the notebook.
Right in the
The
temple.
pen is mightier than the sword. Beheads a bitch with a notebook.
Wait, such true. That's perfect. Like you're still writing on napkins, but you're doing it inside the notebook, so I don't fucking talk about it.
Yes. It's a texture thing.
Amazing.
Same.
Alright, so what is the plan of action now that all of this information has been shared?
My main thing is I want to two things that I think Bats Museum and I want to talk to Aaron Fellwinter because they became like the most important person to talk to,
Okay.
which is weird because I normally don't want to talk to my boss on a day-to-day basis, but here we are.
So we're split among two groups. Looks like.
Well, it doesn't have to be two groups. We just have to pick which one is going to be first and second.
No.
because
That's what
I'm
I mean. As
negotiable.
in, like,
Yeah.
we have two ideas of what to do. We
I
either go to the
have-
museum, or
I have
we go
a
for
wrench
somewhere.
to throw in all this.
A
Yeah.
wrench.
I may have a lead towards this dusk situation,
Oh.
or at least where we can find a lead.
This is important because Bats is putting the museum beneath whatever they're suggesting. This is big.
Yep,
Alright.
and it's kind of making me want to throw up, and I might have to talk about some more things, and people are gonna have to be real chill, and I can't decide if it's appropriate for a Lenny's or not. You might have to leave a bigger tip.
All right, Joey,
quiet
this
about
tip's on you. This tip's on you.
I mean, generally, I have to tip higher when I go to places, which you'll find out why.
Oh God, it's all of us. We're all the problem.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Alright, Bats, are you doing this?
I'm doing this.
Okay, describe what you want to do.
Bats takes off her coat
Okay.
and grabs the collar of her shirt. She wears like this sort of sleeveless, higher necked, like just black shirt underneath. And she pulls down the collar. And you can see the top part of this scar doesn't seem like nearly the right word for it. There is a part starting at her neck, and you can see it goes down into her chest, where her skin pinches and pulls in on itself. And there's this gaping hole. But inside, you don't see muscle and blood and bones. You see something that is blacker than Vanta Black. It is dark and endless, and you see the loss of light and sound and your life when you look into it.
Jesus.
It is
So
a void.
brutal.
What?
It
the
is a
fuck?
void inside of this hole that is scarred onto her.
Can I roll remedy on it, or
You can
Would I-
try.
Science? Is there a science way around this?
You can do
This
so.
is a horror beyond my comprehension, so I am bored.
Which logic?
Wits logic. Go for it.
I
And
don't understand what's
wits medicine for
Okay.
you, Astra. Or remedy, rather.
remedy is at 8?
nope.
While this is happening,
Oh, wait,
Putting away the steak
my
and
bad.
eggs.
Not what's remedy. My bad.
What's remedy?
3 victory points. Wait. Plus I get a +2 because it's diagnostic in nature. So
Uh-huh.
Plus 5.
Ooh.
So you take one look at this wound and you know that it does not have a natural origin. No instrument, no tool, no weapon that currently exists in this world or any other theoretical worlds is capable of inflicting a wound like this. That isn't even a wound, as far as you can tell. The flesh around the hole seems healthy, besides the anomaly that sits nested within it.
I see.
Now, what did Mr. Science Joey Man roll?
A 19?
Yeah, you don't understand shit.
That's fucked up.
again, if this is Pathfinder, it'd be a god.
I know.
But as you all look at it, a deep sense of uneasiness washes over you, rather. It's as if your gazes are being pulled into the wound itself.
Ew.
And that's
I hate it when they get my eggs all runny.
like takes like a home fry or something. Like it makes for a fun party trick though, and she just like drops it in and it just like flies in and vanishes.
Why are you showing us this hole?
This is from the void. The fundamental concept of the void. Which is probably one of the worst ones out there.
I
So,
don't claim to be any expert on magic or anything occult, but last time I checked, Zed said it was divine in nature.
I
Right.
did say
Dusk.
demigod.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting to this. I am afflicted with this because of something my parents did. They so badly wanted a daughter who would be calm, be proper, be polite, be quiet, and listen and do what they wanted her to do. And they wanted it so badly. They brought in, it was some man, I don't know. I was a child when this happened. I think he claimed to be a doctor, I think. I don't know if it was a medical or just someone with a doctorate, I don't know. There was a large chair, metal machine. I sat in it. I don't remember. And then I woke up and I was like this. Whatever he wanted to have happened didn't work. And somehow the void got involved, and now I don't speak to my parents. And eventually they ended up shipping me off to the keepers to get me out of their house.
Alyx kind of
But
stabs
what-
their eggs a little bit more forcefully than usual.
But what they wanted and what they asked this man to create was a child, their daughter, to be someone who was very calm. And he was so horrible of a person that he was willing to experiment on me to achieve that. And I hear about this drug that is being tampered with by, weird supernatural and science to create something like this, and it sounds very similar to what this man was trying to achieve with me, except now it's in a pill.
I'm assuming you don't have a name nor face to put to this.
I can hardly remember what happened in the moments leading up. I can't remember at all what happened during the blackout. But
Unless you want to make a visit to your parents.
that's... If anything, we could try and investigate them, or... So, I don't know.
So
I
here's, I'm
haven't-
gonna just quickly ask the bats. You have an idea of what they're doing, so I'm gonna ask you if you want to see if we can get Nils to give you more information, because if she's been working on this for months, she may be another direct tie, and maybe somebody we want to get in the middle of this for the investigation, because she may have questions that we don't know to ask.
Well, I'm wondering if we investigate what my parents do or their businesses. I mean, I've never bothered to look into it. I wanted no knowledge, nothing to do with them. I wanted to keep them out of my business, and so I kept myself out of their business. If we can see if they have anything to do with this, we might find answers to get to Nils or get to the bottom of who all in the Pioneers is fucking up.
All right, roll. Sand off. What are your opinions?
Joey's
I-
staring.
It
Don't be
Might-
uncouth.
be worthwhile, but from the sound of it, your parents are pretty far away, right?
Did you say they're pretty far away?
Yeah.
They live in the city.
Live in the city. Might be worth a shot.
On the map,
We
on the overhead
could-
map, where in relation to like museum, Bats' parents, and the TCCC, where are they all at in relation to our beloved Lenny's place of
So,
home?
Batts' parents, their place, is up to the north end of Tower City where the King's Plaza is. And also where your place is. Same general
right.
neighborhood.
So we can hit both of them pretty much back to back, and then we can potentially, if time allows, hit the museum as a nightcap.
Potentially, yes.
I'm down
Personally-
the roll.
I like to meet this supposed Nils person before anything happens.
I'll take that as a vote for Aaron. Joey.
I would be interested that too, because if it was Nils who was leading the
The
I can't think of the fucking word. Press
investigation. Oh,
the press conference, and she was arranging us to find her, like find herself, and that would and the whole AI thing. It's just very confusing.
All I know
Pretty
is we need
fucked
more
up.
allies.
Mhm.
I'd rather find more allies before we go dig ourselves into some trauma.
And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't fucking trust anybody right now, and I want to make sure that I can actually trust Aaron. And I'll say that what we got to see last night, it doesn't make me trust Aaron any less, but I need to be on the level with them, and I need to know that they're actually going to be honest to us. And I'll be perfectly honest. I want to kick the hornet's nest. I am discontent with the amount of peace that they've had, and I need them to not have that anymore.
Sounds like we're going to Aaron then.
And I'm assuming we'll go straight to Bats' place right after.
Can
Yeah.
can I make a recording of that clip of Nils and Aaron, and then it was like double Aaron walking out?
I mean, you have the capability to record audio currently with your hammer, but that's the only way that you have to make recordings on you.
But like, can I go, like, before we go to seek out Aaron, can I like go
Oh, you want to
get like a tape and
you want to make a
and
copy?
make a recording?
Okay.
Yeah,
Can we
make a copy.
retcon that we took a tape?
I will allow that because that's an important piece of info.
Because
I am being
think
a
this-
generous DM.
Bless
Well, I
it,
would
GM.
have been willing to like spend time today going to do that.
It's actually pretty close to Lenny's. It's within running distance. Ask me how I know.
Running distance for you is a bit different.
Because I think when we go to Aaron / maybe Nils, we should have that to show that, like, hey,
If we need to,
we're not gonna beat around the bush with this. I don't think. I think we should just be like, we know chicanery is going on.
But first, before
does
we
that
even
count?
really, above table GM, does Aaron have an office?
Aaron's office is the floor below Nils's penthouse office room thing.
Okay, so would Aaron be at that tower that's right there, or would Aaron be at the other Teachable Sea location? Or are they both just one?
They're both just one. It's one
Cool.
place.
Makes it so convenient.
It's almost like I
'cause,
planned it that way.
The foresight. So, we might as well head back to the office, the tower that has all answers and problems. Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so we're heading straight there, then we're heading to Bass's parents, right? Everybody good with that? Okay. Yep. Okay. Found that vote of approval. Skedaddle.
Alright, if that is the consensus, then it does not take you long at all to reach the Tower City Courier Company headquarters once again. Third time in less than 2 days. Wowie.
So many stairs.
You can take the elevator.
That's no fun.
Well, I'm guessing that you go straight to Aaron's office, and how do you want to approach this?
Is Aaron within the office themselves? Or are they doing business elsewhere?
Well, Aaron is currently running the company while Nils is unable to do so.
they're-
So she's in
They're
her
trapped in the office.
Yeah, she's basically in her office all the time currently.
All right. So, do they have like a secretary-ish person who's minding the door for them?
Yeah. There's just...
I just signal to them, thumbs up, thumbs down. What's the... Get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from the secretary if I'm good to go in. Point at the door. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
He looks a little confused for a second, but kind of does an gesture and shrugs.
Good enough! All right.
Not a no.
Knock, knock.
Insane.
Lady Fallwinter, привет. Надеюсь, у тебя все хорошо в этот прекрасный день. Нас, мы абсолютно чертовски обречены. Mind if we have a chat?
Hey, Dodge. What's up?
I close the door.
Are we in there with you? Or
I don't care.
oh
You were either in there or you were not.
We made it in the room.
We're in there.
I also like to think that you audibly said, "I closed the door." Like when you're doing it, because you said it in the accent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I closed the door.
I closed the door.
Yeah, I imagine he said I closed the door and then
No, if I was gonna
actually...
verbalize anything while closing the door, it'd just be slam. Onomatopoeia, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, looking at Aaron, and just slides a simple note across the table. Just a little note.
Okay. She picks up the
Check your
note.
DMs. I sent you. That's what the note says.
She shakes her head.
So, Aaron,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
All right, out with it.
How honest were you with us yesterday?
Well, all the information that's available to me is what I gave you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna follow that up with another question. Are you willing to bet my life on that?
Your life?
Yeah, my life.
She just
Because-
looks very puzzled.
So does Batch.
So, Aaron, Lady Felwinter, you did a thing that I don't like. A thing that you're not the first to do it. You're probably not the last, but you made a major life decision about my life without consulting me. And holy shit, do I not like that. Aside from that, what if I told you I got to see you leave Nils' office twice in one night? Just a wee bit before she disappeared. Now, would you like to reiterate on that idea that you told me the truth?
I don't know what to tell you, kid. I believe you, but I told you what I know. I mean, okay. I didn't even technically pick you for this job. The AI did that.
Can I roll perception to see if she's being truthful?
Sure.
Awesome.
Am I good at telling if people lie or not?
I get a +2, by the way, to people who, or rather, I get a +2 to resistance to getting tricked or like lied to. I forget
Is
what
it
you.
wits observe?
It's knavery. It's wits and observe.
Yep.
Oh,
wits
wait,
observe.
I have knavery too.
Uh-huh.
I get the bonus on that. All right. Oh, so I should actually roll for this.
Yeah.
I got a 4.
I got a 6. So +4.
Hey, GM,
Yeah.
this is perception plus observe. Is that correct? Whether or not they're tricking me, or what's the roll on this?
I think that it was... God, Astra just said it. It's blanking
Wits
for me.
plus observe.
Yeah, it's wits plus
Wits and
observe.
observe.
Oh, my wits is 6, my perception 6, and my observe is 5, so that's an 11. And I rolled an 11. And I got knavery, so that's a +2 VP.
So plus 5.
So I got a total of 5 VP, then on a crit, that's 10 VP.
Well, from
Aaron,
looking at the
truth.
from looking at the subtleties of not only just her facial expression, but the way that she's holding and carrying herself, the subtle inflections in her voice, you can tell that she's confused.
Maybe we should enlighten you. Oh, Dr. Bats. Would you like to
I
enlighten us
show her
with
the
wisdom?
footage.
Ooh.
Wait, what
Ow.
just happened?
Sorry, I show her the footage.
Ah, okay.
Do you have like a DVD player? Do you have like a...
It's Dr. Bats, I doubt nothing.
Oh, sorry, no, this is VHS.
Oh god.
Yeah, there's like old CRTs in some of the courier offices, and this is one of them. So she pops it into the player and plays back the footage and watches as herself and then herself again leave Nils's office, staggered from each other. And when she sees the second one leave, she leans forward and the expression on her face changes. How many people know about this?
You, me, and everybody in this room. Not a single soul else so far. That said, you control that. I found this and I made a beeline to you. And as of yet, as far as I know, we're the only people who are gonna know this information. No one else.
You may not understand the gravity of it.
I think I might, but I'm open to suggestions as to how fucking mad I should be at whomst.
So she stands up real quick and says, okay, I'm going to demonstrate something to you real quick. Now, you know from working with me that I'm a psychic, correct?
I know you have limited degrees of being a psychic.
Well, the psychic path that I follow deals with the manipulation of one's own body. For example, and she waves her hand across her face, and suddenly she's wearing someone else's face. I have a limited amount of shape-shifting ability. And then she waves her hand again, and it changes back. There are very, very few psychics that have this particular path. But that is one of the only explanations for what we're seeing. However, I hope in this scenario that it is the explanation, because the alternative is far, far worse. A very long time ago, the pioneers went up against someone. One of the only people we fought that ever got away. He was a doctor, known for performing inhumane experiments, not just on other subjects, but on himself. And in the process of stitching pieces of monsters and demigods and anything supernatural that he could find into his own body, he lost his humanity. We never knew his name, so we just called him the Stitcher.
I kind of elbow Bats a little bit. I was like, you think that might be our
I elbow Woods back.
guy?
I hope that it's not him. Because he nearly killed us. And we are no slouches.
Batch just takes a deep breath and looks at everyone like,
All right.
I mean, and she looks at Aaron. There's a high chance it probably is.
What makes you say that?
Well, you know how you mentioned that he would perform inhumane experiments on other people?
Go on.
I'm other people, and she raises her hand.
All right. Show her the hole. Thank you, Bats, for giving me this moment.
Before, does anyone have a pencil they're not attached to? No?
Oh, one out lab coat.
I figured I might as well make it a fun trick if I'm gonna go show in my hole. And I pull down my shirt and I show her the void. This was a result of a failed experiment. This wasn't what he was trying to do, but it happened because of what he was trying to do. We also think, based on the experiment he was trying to do on me, he actually has to do with the production of this dusk drug.
That is a lot to take in.
How do you think it's been for me for the last 24 hours?
But it's not as much as this hole can take in. Look, you gotta liven it up.
Oh,
This is what I have to work with.
So, you're sure nobody else knows about this? Because if he's involved, he's much more proficient at shapeshifting than any psychic I've ever met.
Crap.
He could be impersonating one of us.
Could be impersonating you right now.
Roll for checking if it's real.
I think my crit check would catch that, maybe, right?
It would have.
Nope, probably not.
It would have.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because, that's probably the last smart thing I get to do this campaign. I want to write it for all it's worth.
There's no one else in here, right?
Nope, it's just you and Aaron.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And this is where I'm going to just chime in and ask, so, Penny, when's the last time you spoke to Penny?
What does she have to do with this?
Do you know what Penny was looking into before Penny disappeared? Because we got a few missing people. And if she was on this trail, we might require her assistance.
To tell you the truth, Penny went rogue. She has not had the best life, and her time with the Pioneers in particular was traumatic for her. She left and said that she was going to make her own way from now on, whatever it took. Her words.
I respect it. And that was roughly 6 months ago.
6 months, give or take a few days.
And you never gotten anything else out of that? No, at least scuttlebutt about where they're from, what they're doing?
She was...
Or just dropped off the face of the earth?
Well, it's very funny that you should mention that. She resurfaced for the first time just yesterday. Very, very far away from Tower City.
Oh.
somewhere far up north. Tiny town called Lamplight.
How'd you get word of that so fast?
Well, the couriers. We've got a few artifacts at our disposal, thanks to, well, not just Nils' habit of collecting things, but some generous contributions from the Vault Keepers. It's not instant communication, but damn sight faster than anything else we've had access to up until a few years ago.
What's she
Did
doing up there?
Penny's... Yeah.
That's the problem, is we don't know. Nils has a lot of secrets, and when I was going through her files after she disappeared, there were references to a safe house in Lamplight, but the details had been purposefully obscured. My only guess is that she was hiding there for some reason.
So what if, follow me on this. Penny potentially found something she didn't want to find, and she got out and ghosted the moment she knew. And what if, hypothetically, in a special world, Nils picked up that same trail and did not have the decency to run?
Well, she has always been stubborn.
I picked up on that.
Or, Penny could have caught this Stitcher impersonating, one or many of the pioneers and being unable to reliably tell, who from who anymore left, rather than try and deal with it.
That does sound like the Penny I know. I've only worked with her directly a few times when we were in the Pioneers, but let's just say the one mission in particular that we went on together had some disastrous results.
I can empathize.
You said that the Stitcher lost their... That, they experimented with, demigod magic, and did they mess with fundamental stuff on themselves?
That was their bread and butter, honestly.
Are you aware of Dunn being like me? The way I'm... And she gestures to, her neck and chest, where her void is.
Oh, yeah. I've seen what happened to her. Wait, did you see what happened to her?
I think it's just something people like us can sense in each other. I'm just wanting to make sure that's actually what I was sensing was the real Dunn.
Yes, she has been marked by a fundamental. Specifically, the fundamental of hunger. Ever wondered why she's always wearing gloves? That's why.
Any other questions the group's got for now?
I know who we need to go after.
Nope.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask one last question. And I pull out the little brass bit of Nils's leg. How well did you know Nils? And I throw the little coin at her.
Coin.
Where's that from? Was that a part of the compartment that she had? Or a joint?
She picks it up and turns it over in her hands. She says, "The relationship that Nils and I had was always one of professionalism. She gave me a job when I was new to the continent and gave me a place to belong. I'm loyal to her to a fault because of that, but sadly I can't say I know much about her life beyond our work here at the company. As for what this is, it's definitely part of her prosthetic, but I couldn't tell you which part. It looks like part of the outer shell, at least."
Because we were told by our mutual friend, honestly our bestie, Dun Katona, that Nils was working with them. And I don't really trust Dun that much yet. And I don't know if me being told by Dun Stabby McStab Katona that Nils ghosted and is in the wind is reputable, or if Nils got violently got. And any insight you have into that is just incredibly appreciated, because I don't get to trust nobody anymore. And I'm hoping that at the end of this conversation, I get to say that I trust you.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Nils was looking into this drug that was being smuggled through her courier service. She theoretically found who this was, maybe found the Stitcher, knew that he got so fucked up and developed this super, mimicry ability and could shapeshift into people. Maybe she purposefully sheared off this part of her leg that got left in the middle of her office conspicuously, so that anyone with a sharp eye, and I look at Dodge, who came upon her would know to look for a missing piece on her leg to know the real her.
Bats is a smart one.
Have a fucking mulligan.
I knew there was a reason that piece was conspicuously sheared off and not bludgeoned like everything else in that room.
I am so proud of you.
My favorite part is, I believe, if I recall correctly, Waffles and I had that conversation.
Literally talked about this leg piece for like 2 hours.
Insane.
I kept bringing
We
it
try
up.
and keep this bullshit away from the YouTube.
Good old Chekhov's smoking gun moment.
Yeah. All right, so
And
Y'all are
you've
content
just
with that?
relayed this information to Aaron, correct? This was said out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you think
Bats
was
immediately
anything?
started just stream of consciousness right in the office,
All right.
pacing back and forth.
Well,
Bats almost talked about the AI core right in front, or no, she did talk about it right in front of Dun. Dun just
Yeah.
didn't catch it.
Did.
well, it's at this point that Aaron slumps backwards in her seat and just says, "She's alive."
She has to be. I mean, she could be dead now, but
Hey, Bats, thank you for the segue. So, yesterday, you probably heard about the car. we had a chase with somebody who had Nils's fucking Dragon Buster of a rifle. And this person who was, now, you're the person who trained me, made me what I am. This person was faster than me. And they handedly outpaced me. And they were wielding Nils's rifle. Oh, Aaron Fellwinter. What do you bet that the person we almost got our hands on was our good old pal Nils? Or do you think of anybody else who's gonna outrun me so effortlessly while also carrying a giant fucking anti-material rifle?
The number of people that I know that can do that, I can count on one hand.
I know, it's fucking scary, isn't it?
Well,
See, she knows who I'm good at what I do.
there's Nils,
more
of
than
course.
0.
But there's also Flitter. And I would say that Nils's brother is another option, but he's been retired ever since the first Barbarian games.
And if the Bat's theory is correct and that we were left a bit of bait, what are the odds? When Nils is ghosting because she feels in trouble, she's gonna leave her very precious rifle behind.
She wouldn't leave it behind for anything. It's her lifeline.
And now check me on this one, because this is my thought. You and I know Nils is about as good as we're gonna get. The concept of a violent assault and just getting nabbed. My thought process is if anybody came within 5 feet and Nils wasn't wanting that, guns would be fired immediately.
They wouldn't even
Fact
have the
check me on
chance
that.
to get that close.
Yeah, and there was not a single cartridge, not a single spent shell, not a bullet hole in a window, in a wall.
I see your point.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that prosthetic, that wasn't just a prosthetic.
Well, it is one of the more mundane things about her, honestly. It's mechanical in nature, but highly advanced, but still just a prosthetic.
Because everything I've ever heard from scuttlebutt around the TCCC and from stories of people who've been in the shit with her, I don't know if she's gone a single minute in the last 2 decades without a gun on her person. And the idea that somebody could catch Nils off guard in her place, it feels impossible. Unless the person who got her was somebody she wanted to be there and someone she trusted enough to be that close.
It's one of the reasons that we collectively as a group suspected that it was someone within the Pioneers. In order to get close enough, it would have to be someone she trusted.
There was no blood, and our doctors and a scientist over there, wave Joey, he's very charming once you get to know him. Didn't find no chemicals, no gaseous, nothing to subdue, no chloroform, nothing that's gonna knock somebody out. And there was signs of struggle, but that's just shit being knocked over. And pretty much, I just want to put the nail in the coffin that you and me were on the same page. we got somebody who's running from something because they found something that they shouldn't have found.
I think that you're probably right with the information that you've presented to me, but...
And now I gotta ask you this. Why would they lie to us? To our faces? Including you, it seems.
Because one of them isn't who they say they are.
Oh, hey, look at that. It's a very short list. Now, seems we gotta go chat with Bat's parents a little bit, potentially. I don't know. Maybe opinions have changed in the last few minutes. Any other questions from y'all folks?
Oh, I got all I need.
Nope.
I probably should. I don't. Are we just talking candidly in front of Aaron now? Do we fully trust?
That's up to you. Because
feel-
everything we just gave Aaron, if Aaron is sideways, we're gonna end up dead by tonight.
That's true. At this point, no extra piece of information is.
I say this in front of Aaron, by the way. Like,
She looks
Straight in
very
front of-
concerned.
Either it had to have been either Gamble or Mackenzie who messed with the AI core. So either they're in on it or one of them is Stitcher. Or it's both. One's involved with the other person who is actually Stitcher.
All right. So this is where I am going to be stopping things for this session.
Damn.
Yeah, I really hope that everyone who has tuned in, all the raiders, thank you, Big Ham, again for the raid, if you're still here.
to the big fans.
Yes, seriously, big fans. And I hope that you all had fun playing. Quite the developments. Was not expecting you guys to crack this as wide open as you did.
We cracked it so hard.
Exposition!
Yeah.
Go Team Goblins.
Good work.